Hi guys, this is Adrito. So I was just editing a one-on-one consultation I had with Bedria. So এই কনসালটেশনের ভিডিওর জন্য একটা context বা introduction দিয়ে দিতে চাই. Bedria is an American who is an immigrant in Bangladesh. She got her bachelor's done from BRAC and now she's moving back to the States. She doesn't have a job yet and she doesn't have immediate plans of what to do there. So she signed up for a consultation and we talked about quite a few things from how to find work and then how to transition into a field that you're interested in. We talked about how much time you should give yourself when you are working on something and you don't know when to really step on the gear or when to make a change. And we also talked about how to not be distracted and stay on the game. অনেস্টলি অনেকজনকে হেল্প আউট করতে পারে, পার্টিকুলারলি পিপল যাদের মনে হয় তাদের স্কিল সেটগুলো এতটা এক্সটেন্সিভ না। উই টকড অ্যাবাউট হাউ টু ইউজ ইউর এক্সিস্টিং স্কিলস টু কাইন্ড অফ গেট ওয়ার্ক অ্যান্ড হাউ ইউ ক্যান গেট প্রজেক্টস টু ডেমনস্ট্রেট দ্যাট ইউ নো হাউ টু ডু সামথিং. And we also talked about different elements of moving abroad and transitioning into a new career, and also about managing work and not being distracted, like I said. So watch the video. I hope you get something out of it. I will be setting up a better system for people so that they can sign up for these consultations and I can help you guys out with whatever I know. But let's cut to the chase and get on with the video. All right, Pedria. So tell me, you signed up for the consultation. What can I help you with?
Okay, do you have my questions though?
I did look over your questions, but for the scope of the session, let's just get the context in again.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think both of my questions were around the same thing about I'm gonna be moving to New York without a job, without any other plan, basically.
YOLO.
Which also means no money by myself. So I think the question was, there are two options, right? Given that I'm going to be working, there's the option of working in something that's not related to me or what I want to be studying at all. Say, I don't know, customer service, retail stuff, go figure, anything. Or something that is related to what I want to do, which is data analytics. So my question was, I think, how long should I give myself before I should panic regarding not working? Because I'm gonna be giving myself a little time to sort of build up or brush up on my skills that I would need for jobs in data analysis. So yeah, that's one. I think I don't remember what the other one was. It was something along those lines.
All right. So how I think about this হচ্ছে একটা একটু idealistic looking back at things answer আর একটা হচ্ছে একটু pragmatic going forward answer. So the looking back at things answer হচ্ছে in about 10 years time, what would you accept as an answer? So I think in your case it would be something along the lines of I will do whatever it takes to finally land a data position, and I won't look back once I get it, and I'll do whatever I need to do up until I need to do it, you know. So jotodin lage korbo until I get what I want. That would be the looking back at it answer. And of course, since we're projecting hindsight, things always sound easier in hindsight. But going forward, the more pragmatic answer, I think you already have the some of the key ideas that you need, kind of the mentality that you need to have. As you're okay with working customer service or retail or whatever. And if I were to add, like, you do have a engineering background, you do know your way around code well. মানে আমি জানি হ্যাঁ এখন যে কোনো গ্রাজুয়েটের মতোই বের হয়ে মনে হয় কিছু পারি না, which is fine, which is fair, because in a large portion of the cases, actually I think in all the cases, unless someone has actual hands-on work experience, they don't really feel confident in their skills, because work is very different from what we learned. মানে আমাদের university system একটু messed up. Regardless, ধরো আমি কোড শিখতে এখন স্ক্র্যাচে যেরকম টাইম লাগবে, or to actually be working in a place where I can use my technical skills, you or any other engineering graduate are a lot closer to that point, right? So
Mm-hmm.
from what I've seen in my research, there are different kinds of opportunities available. So কয়েকটা golden opportunities or internships that kind of pay you for teaching you how to code and all of that. I think that's what you're looking for in your data analytics thing, some place where you can kind of
Mm-hmm.
learn on the job and also be paid, and that'll help
Mm-hmm.
you out. You also have like a number of other skill sets. Writing copy, you did that for a while. I know this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, for the audience, this is just some things that I know, some things I have context on. So just giving you that here. So you've written copy before. You have done work at, you've done work for creators as well, like content creators, যেটাই হোক,
Mm-hmm.
magazine হোক বা যেটাই হোক. So that's another thing. You also have experience in code, like I said, and there's a number of things you can kind of very easily do, like could be easy stuff, like, you know, developing websites, landing pages, etc. You have the right mindset regarding looking for work, and that you're open to any kind of work initially, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I think তোমার skill set বেশ robust for মানে, even if you don't think so, given your education and your আগের work experience, and in
Then I
general.
have a new question.
Yeah,
Sorry for
yeah, yeah,
interrupting.
yeah, no.
Then, in terms of things unrelated to data analytics,
Mhm.
what sort of roles do you think I should be looking into?
Okay, so I think you could do two things. একটা হচ্ছে যে কিছু একদম dead end jobs পাইতে পারো, like customer service,
Mm-hmm.
if you're just doing some of that,
Mm-hmm.
talking to people as a representative. If you get some of those things, I don't think এটা overcomplicate করার কিছু আছে. You just stay in that position until you get something related to what you want to do, even vaguely. কারণ তুমি যদি কথার কথা HR বা marketing or any job, if you do any, even if you get an internship position at a tech company, you can kind of get something out of that. It's sort of in your field. কথার কথা, if you are
Mm-hmm.
working on,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, doing WordPress, setting up websites, you could, um if you're running campaigns, or if you get that far, any sort of traffic বা যেটাই করো, you can kind of take that data and play around with it. Or I think you should be fine with doing things that are unrelated to data.
Say if I were to look at it as, since I have like the marketing content writing experience, like it's down on my resume. I have
Mhm,
stuff to show for it and stuff.
mhm.
So
How would that equate?
um my question is, I stopped content writing because it made me not like writing. So how can I use those skills but in something that's not just entirely um SEO search up, all of that stuff.
Right. So I think when you're writing copy initially, particularly since tomar your entire premise is that you will need some quick work, perhaps. So I don't think
Mm-hmm.
it will be very fulfilling. I think you will still, the first few jobs that you get, you might be finding yourself using a lot of chat GPT, and you might not be enjoying the work very much. But I think copywriting এর মধ্যে there are quite a few individuals. I was looking at individual, I think I told you about her, who was making very significant money through copywriting, but
Mm-hmm.
she was a little bit further down the process. And ও যেটা
Mm-hmm.
করছিল, she kind of built her brand doing a really good job, and then she used her brand to get the work and then train a few people, and then she would just do final revisions. I think you really enjoy revisions and making sure something is like the final product is really good, but maybe not coming up with the entire copy. So it
Mm-hmm.
again, down the line, if you decide to pursue copywriting, this won't happen in a short time frame. I think the point that I'm trying to make is that even work that you even initially don't like can lead to a position that you'd be happy doing while you're learning your data, and you're learning you're upskilling yourself to get a position where you want to get a position. So there's that. And again, the answer, I think, even if you don't like it, you
you should continually look for things that put you in a better position, but initially it'll be a lot of like scrambling around and just doing what you get. And
Which brings me back to the time frame question.
Hmm.
So like how much time should I give myself before like I don't think I'm gonna take like the first thing that comes up that allows me to get some money. So
when should you do that? I'll resort to some of the context that I have to answer this question. I think you should look at the kind of work entry-level freelancers have in your field. So someone who has, a lot of these freelancers don't have degrees, mind you, they just know how to do some Python, pandas, data visualization. So data visualization using Tableau or Power BI, you can get that done very fast. আর তুমি Python দিয়েও পারবা, like pipeline cleaning work, data scraping work, and visualization work without going into the complicated statistical models or anything. Okay, so I think এই কাজগুলার basic entry level যে জবগুলো আছে, you could actually start scoping them out right now, like what work, what jobs are there, or you can scope them out as soon as you can. $5 an hour, $10 an hour, $20, it doesn't matter what they
whatever.
are. Just, and these are things that will help you out with your eventual job, mind you. So এই জিনিসগুলো করার জন্য যতটুক টাইম তোমার লাগে স্কিল সেট ডেভেলপ করতে, সো ধরো তুমি ওখানে গেলা and then you have a buffer to adjust for, you know, the moving around and everything, and then you start learning solidly এই জিনিসগুলো, যে let's say pipeline clean করা, how to run the data cleaning stuff, how to use pandas, or how to use the data visualization stuff, or again এই যেটা will depend on the scoping out of the tests. So you pick a set of tests. It could just be visualization, it could just be cleaning, it could just be one thing. আচ্ছা এটা আমার ভালো লাগতেছে, এটা মনে আমি করব, আচ্ছা এটা শিখতে আমার রিজনেবল কিরকম টাইম মনে হয়, so let's say that's a month, let's say that's 2 months. You will be the judge of how long you need to learn that thing. You could do some YouTubing, and there's probably a 10-hour course by some dude who does specifically that, and then you take as long as it takes to do that, and then you try and apply for those freelance stuff which will bring you some money. And after you have some experience with that, I think you'll be able to leverage that experience to get better gigs, and also leverage that to get into the companies that are hiring for those positions, which there are quite a lot of. And arekta jinish what you could do while you're doing this, so I think that answers your question, by the way, but do you have like a follow-up on that?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so another thing you could do, again I think I referred to this, I alluded to this আগেও, সেটা হচ্ছে যে যেই কোম্পানিগুলা একটু নতুন, মানে ধরো স্টার্টআপ, okay, and they have a lot of data, let's say a marketing agency, an ad tech agency, a logistics agency, doesn't matter, a startup, try and go into tech because that's easier. মানে ছোট ছোট companies, if you go in there and say I have this experience, I worked on these few gigs, I have this skill set, I could help you out with your visualization for free for a week or two or a month or whatever. Okay, I will just give me your data, I will do this, I will do this, I will make a dashboard for you. Again, you don't have to be unreasonable, I will work for you for 1 year without pay, that I don't think you have to do that. You could just work in one place, give your experience, you get experience in return, and then you get to onek khetre they might just say okay, you can, if you are looking for work, I think you're adding value eta, or if they don't, that's fine, you can still leverage that experience to get a better position, which is what companies really want. Startups, small companies, they just want people who can do a particular thing and not just have a degree. আচ্ছা আমি এটা ও পারে, সো এভাবে হচ্ছে ওরাই করে। এটা বাদেও তো কমন কিছু জিনিস আছে, ওই যে লিঙ্কডইন নেটওয়ার্কিং, লুকিং এট ইউর আলমা মাটার এন্ড সিইং ওয়্যার দে আর। সো আই থিঙ্ক ইফ ইউ জাস্ট keep these things going, like networking choltase, upskilling choltase, you have something that you're actively working towards, which could be these entry level gigs. I think if you have these 3 threads running, you'll be fine in a month or two. So yeah.
Unrelated to job stuff, then I think my second question was something along the lines of I get distracted very easily, or I lose sight of whatever it is I want to eventually do,
Mhm.
So how to stay focused, I guess,
I
which is
don't,
very broad,
yeah,
but
I don't think I'm in a very good position to answer that because that's
I feel
something.
like just because you aren't, you would have some feedback on it.
Yeah,
Like even if you can't listen to it to yourself.
yeah. So আমার ক্ষেত্রে যেটা হয়, যেটা তোমার সাথে ওভারল্যাপ হতে পারে, যে when there is an urgency
Mhm.
dictated by external factors, in which case, in your case, there is, you will be in a completely new environment, you will be in a rush actually, মানে, to get things moving, because of the factors,
Mhm.
moving a country entails. A lot of that will make sure that you're focused. All you
Mhm.
need to do is you don't get lost in uncertainty যে আমি কি করব। এটা যদি না হয়, এই লাইক আই সেড, এই যে দুই তিনটা আইডিয়াস যে নিয়ে আমরা কথা বললাম, if you just decide on a few things that you need to keep up to go where you want to be in 6 months, as long as you have stuff to do, I think the new situation and the amount of scope that you will have to actually study and work will help you stay on track. But to address the broader element of the question, how to stay focused in general, I think knowing that what I am working towards will not manifest in any short-term validation. So I mean, let's say going to the gym, I'm not going to feel amazing after a month. Just accepting that beforehand, or আমি যদি বিদেশে যেটা করি, I am not going to get any short term validation that will be allowed to allow me to reinforce my behavior. Acknowledging
Mhm.
that, and in its place having systems. So আচ্ছা, আমার এই তিনটে জিনিস করা লাগবে ABC. How do I do A? আচ্ছা, I do A by focusing 2 hours to it every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, কথার কথা, extremely simplistic. I do B by focusing on it Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. মানে just having a rough idea of what the systems are. The systems don't even have to be time blocks. It could just be, acha, how do I network? I talk to 5 people throughout this week, or I follow up on 5 people. Just have an idea and really investing in upkeeping those systems and not worrying about the outcomes. I think the outcome is the input. To me, if you just do the things that you have to do, that's fine. I did my bit and now I get to be distracted. So non-negotiable কিছু জিনিস থাকে না যে I just have to do it, মানে এখানে কোনো, you decide first day what you need to do or what you want to do or what you have to do first day there, and after that there's no negotiation. Then it's just stuff that you do and it doesn't matter. And then after you do those stuff, you can be distracted. So if you had to do the bare minimum, you did the bare minimum, আজকে আর ভালো লাগতেছে না, ঠিক আছে, মানে you're in a new country, you might, it's easy to get distracted. I get distracted in my balcony and I live in Lakewood, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All right.
think that about covers it.
Amazing. All right, so I will end the recording here, and
Thank you.
yes, you're welcome.